Now, I don't know execution-wise. You wouldn't even necessarily have to do it at GDQ. You could, like, think about how many people do KH2 rando tournaments. Like, I'm thinking, like, think about this, okay? I'm just going to use this tournament as an example because it's a massive tournament with a ton of people in it. Imagine this. Fresh faces, okay? They have, like, what, 2 or 3 qualifying races? Okay, I'm going to turn my camera on because I get passionate over this, okay? So, they have a ton of, they have a massive tournament. They have, like, 70, 80, almost 100 people playing in their qualifiers. They do, like, 2 online qualifying races, usually narrowing it down to, like, top 64 or something like that. I don't know exactly what they do. Maybe top 30, either top 32 or, like, top 16. I don't remember exactly. But once you get done with those specific areas, you then go to your bracket stage. But, like, if you do really well in that qualifying race and then suddenly you have your bracket stage on LAN, like, you already get, like, what, 15, like, at least the competitors, and there's going to be enough people that I'm sure would fly out to this if you made it a full event. Like, you could have LAN being at GDQ, you could have LAN being at Reconnect. Like, there's events that you could do that would be KH focused. Heck, if Disney really wanted to get involved, put LAN at D23. Like, there are just so many ways that a KH2, specifically, the only reason I say KH2 rando is because it's the rando I'm most familiar with. But, like, imagine this, too. If you were running, like, a week-long LAN of various randomizer tournaments. Like, that was the thing. So, PACE 2019, okay? I'm gonna log out for a second because I gotta go on this soapbox here. So I'm gonna stop my recording for this. Let's see if we've got, I don't even know. These are all online events. Again, a ton of online events. Okay, here's the any percent league, which if I find LAN, I know they have them on LAN. Regular season. Bro, where are the playoffs? Okay, here we go. So, like,
it is.
I just get to the races.
5,000 towards the prize pool for Celeste, so just huge shout outs to Matt. And
like, yeah, they had so many cool stats here, too.
It's very heartfelt, I feel like.
And this whole event was dedicated primarily for these leagues. and their finals.
Instead of like just.
I think I don't know. Oh,
What? Oh man, that's pretty brutal.
So like you had these matches going on.
Bad chapter 1 time, certainly a bit behind what you're.
And it was so cool
the issue on that second to last room or so. But
to see these top speedrunners come here to this event. This was at Xanadu in Laurel, Maryland, which again is no longer a thing. The event, the whole like area closed down, unfortunately. But like, this was the whole point of this event. Now, they kind of like mixed in some showcases here for this.
I believe that this is actually the most listened to track on Spotify.
But like, imagine.
And it would certainly make sense.
It's not even necessarily just like races like this or even rando races. You could totally do an event
if you run into a wall instead of empty space
that
you will instantly die. So
would show you could totally do an event that would have like various forms of competitive speedrunning.
Bad version of yourself. This is effectively the voice of self-doubt telling
like
you not a mountain climber.
You could totally set oh my gosh. And even if you wanted to be like crazy and make it even more like team-based,
replicating your movements, and you're having to do some kind of weird.
You could. Oh man, I could go on a crazy thing. Okay, sorry, I just thought about this. So like, if you really want to go crazy, you could do like totally various different types of speedrunning, like race style events. Whether it was randomizer races, regular like Celeste any % races, or you could do like a bingo tournament. You could have like
Yeah, I definitely think it was just a misdirected dash or something. It was certainly strange.
All right, here we go. This is what
you could have like a bingo tournament. You could do
this is where that movement we were talking about is really going to come into play. There's no hazards here.
Like an LTA, which is where it's like you have like 8 hours to do runs, and whatever player gets the fastest time wins. But if you did this even in a very specific way, you could even set it up where players or esports organizations create teams and do like a Speedrunners World Cup.
You're actually asleep and dreaming, and so that little break where you see Madeline basically restart the chapters for waking up. Now,
that would be insane. Imagine that, a speedrunning World Cup.
But this is really where the difficulty really starts to pick up. That trick that we mentioned before the run started, Demo Dash, the Demo Dash is actually a general
that
game.
Would be wild. And you could bring together so many different types of players. Like,
right now. So what we're going to be
you could do Celeste, Ocarina of Time randomizer, Majora's Mask randomizer,
fly with a little bit of a bobble there.
Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer, Mario 64, just categories, whether it's probably 120 star or 70 star, one of those two.
Ooh, Chai with an instant dash into the Dust Bunny, though. Commentator's curse in full effect here at Xanadu Games.
Let's see, what else would we do? Mario Odyssey, I feel like is kind of dead, but maybe you could do Mario Odyssey. Cage 2, just 2FM as a run.
Is trying to get you to stay in this hotel, and he's like the perfect embodiment of service.
There's so many things that you could do.
But,
so, okay, let's draw this out here for a second. I'm so sorry, chat. My original plans are getting taken over by my passion for things. We're going into Google Sheets, chat. We're going into Google Sheets. So this would be my speedrunning, the Speedrunners World Cup. So let's say, for instance, I'm just going to use professional esports organizations. Let's say we got C9, FaZe, Optic, and Space Station. Okay? These are their teams. I'm going to slide them over one so that way we can put games down here. The games that we would have, SM64, Celeste, KH2FM, KH2FMR, OT. Let's go to games, all games. We're just going to look at like popular speedrunning titles right now. Minecraft. Minecraft would be huge, actually. And Super Metroid looks dead. Oh, 66 active players. Okay, so we'll throw Super Metroid in there. This will specifically be for a randomizer, and then for the sake of something else, because we really don't have a lot, DK64 randomizer. Okay. This is just a complete theory. I'm not saying these are the exact games we would use or whatever. This is very much like a off-the-cuff idea. Okay. Let's say SM64 is cheese, Celeste, M Sushi. 2FM is Nintendo. 2FMR, Zach. I don't know. OT Rando. We've got Spike. Minecraft, just because he's the only Minecraft runner I know right now. Wii Super. Super Metroid. Oats and Goats. DK64 randomizer. Kuiper. Okay. I don't know. These are just people. I don't even think any of them might actually even do something like this. And then Phase, we've got Suiji, Chai Kitty. I don't even think he runs anymore. 2FM, Insert Logic. Just because, I don't know, Sabrina, OT Rando, Nuclear, I think is their name, Minecraft. I don't know any Minecraft speedrunners, like, low-key. Actually, we should look up the... Sure, current ranked one is Hacking Noises. We'll throw them in there. Super Metroid. Bro, speedrun.com, can you not break, please? Zost, we'll throw Zost in there. And then Sonic. I know Sonic isn't like would probably do 2FM rando, but this is all just complete random thing. Who's another top SM64 runner? Just for giggles, we'll put Siglemic in there. Celeste, Programmatic, Blair Bear, Podgy, and Crystal Crown. I don't know like any other 2FM rando people in here. Dax. And I will put myself. This is just purely for the sake of other random things. I don't know anybody who plays OT rando. Isella. EDCR for Minecraft. Dugile. And then Super Metroid. Behemoth. Rio Cutie. DK64 Rando. C Fox and Connor. Okay. This is a complete total random set of things that I've done for this, okay? So these are your games. Teams all set up here. Okay. So then basically you would run it with running a different tournament. So you would run like SM64 120, 2FM any percent crit, Super Metroid. I don't even know like what even looks like any percent, I guess. Super Metroid, any percent, Minecraft RSG, and then randomizer. You'd have to figure out the settings for what that would look like. But these are your speedrunning categories. Okay. And these are the tournaments maybe that you would run. Maybe SM64 is an LTA. Maybe any percent crit is an LTA. And then the randomizers are actual races. Or if you wanted to run bingos, whatever. I don't know. So let's do 120 LTA. Any percent crit LTA. Maybe this will be an LTA, but RSG, we would just run it MCSR ranked style. So that way that would be like even MCSR ranked. All right. So then you'll do like the SM64 LTA leaderboard, okay? Oh, Big Podgy sounds kind of dope. Thank you. So let's say, for instance, we run the LTA, okay? And this is going to be first going down. So let's say we've got Sweegie wins it. Sweegie, then Punkay, then Cheese, then Siglemi. Okay. So based on their thing here would determine how many points they get. Since it was an LTA, Sweegie gets 50 points, Punkay gets 25, 10, 5. Whatever. Okay, for places. And then for each tournament, so let's go to 2FM Rando. Let's say for the Rando, Zach wins, then it's Sabrina, then Zojalix, then Dax. I don't know. You would get, I guess for these, it doesn't really matter for places. Points. So first place. I'm going to do this. First, second, third, fourth. First, if you win the whole tournament, you get 50 points. Second, 25. Third, you get 10 points. Or maybe it'll be because it would be like a whole tournament. Maybe the stakes are higher because it's rando. 100 points. Not 2,550. 50 points. 25 points. And then 10 points. And then for a race win, you get 5 points for your team. Okay. Let's go with that. So we'll just set this up. LTA attorneys. rando races. Okay. So you get rando race tourneys, 5 points for every race you win. Higher you place in the tournament, the more points you get in terms of your prize pool. Okay. And then you would have like a team leaderboard. So then you could have first, second, third, fourth, I'm just going to shoot high for this. You get 100K for winning. You get 50K for second. And then third and fourth. You get 25K. I don't know. That's just very much like a thing that I'm putting in right there as just a baseline. So this right here is a very off-the-cuff form of the Speedrunners World Cup. Now again, this might look very different because of like games and stuff. I'm totally clipping this. I'm putting it up on my esports channel as a very random offset video because I'm kind of a lot more passionate about this than I expected. So this would basically be how it would work. You would organize people. Like, obviously, you would have various games. The only part that would be difficult is how you form the teams. Are teams forming early, or are they forming after they qualify? Because speedrunning is so individualistic, it becomes very difficult to make something team-based. Oh! And I even forgot to mention one other thing that you can add. Archipelago. Because, team-based. You could totally make it relay. But the hard part with relays is it becomes so long. Like, to do a relay of SM64, Celeste, and KH2 like that would take, even for top runners, would take close to 5 hours. Which I think would make it a little bit more difficult that way. I need to turn on Twitch chat. But I didn't. So sorry. But, like, you can even set it up, because SM64, AP compatible. Celeste, AP compatible. 2FM Rando, AP compatible. OOT Rando, AP compatible. Minecraft, AP compatible. Lost support, but still AP compatible. Super Metroid, AP compatible. DK64 Randomizer, AP compatible. You could even add Sonic Adventure 2 in there. I didn't even think about that because that's not a game that I play. Or at least not a game that I pay attention to so much. But yeah, you can add Sonic Adventure 2 in there. Pokemon. There's so many things that you could do to combine this all. Like, gosh. But this way, kind of the main thing that I'm thinking about with this is, you can set it up to bring a ton of people together and show off so many different forms of speedrunning from a competitive standpoint. Now, the hard part about this is the competitive aspect of speedrunning is not nearly as relevant as it was before. Not a ton of people, of viewers specifically, are as interested in the world record grind. However, this would not be a world record grind. This would be a development on, can you build consistency in your game to be able to beat other top people in races? So, like, one of the best things to look at this. So, because it is like just the only thing that I can think of in terms of a actual thing. I actually need to change my name on here because AOG is dead. So I am just Zojalix. Okay. Let's see. So let's do this. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers here. Okay. Didn't do what I wanted it to do. That's fine. I can go here. So looking at races, or I guess we can use my race profile. So looking at specifically my Two Towers race profile. Okay. All of my races, you can see my times are pretty consistent. Randos excluded. Okay. 49, 48, 49, 48, 49, 48. Like, now, granted, when it comes to the Two Towers, I'm the world record holder by just under a minute. Or maybe, I don't know exactly what it is. About a minute-ish. Oh, just under a minute. So, like, it's clear, obviously, that there's a gap there. But, like, the focus there shows my consistency because I can consistently keep the same time. But, like, in other games, there are people, like, so Rylan, for instance. He's a great runner. Love him to death. Absolutely incredible runner. He is a runner that is really good at getting a good time once, but he's not very consistent. So even though he might have a really solid time here, he still does not have the consistency built up that other runners do. And so for something like this, consistency becomes a big key factor. Because it doesn't matter if you can get one good time. Or maybe for the LTAs, I guess it does kind of matter if you can get one good time. But in like the races, it's not going to matter if you can get one. It's not going to matter if you can get one good time because you're not going to place high in a race tournament if you were only able to get one good time the entire time. So, yeah, I mean, exactly what this would totally look like and the exact details, I don't know. How you get teams together, I don't know. That part is the one thing that would have to be figured out if we were like legitimately going to try and make this happen. But the concept of this would also be just super sick. Because you can bring a bunch of top runners together across so many different games and just do something awesome and show off competitive speedrunning in its best form, which I think is here in races and in in races. I think races or in like tournament styles like this is the best way to show off competitive speedrunning. I think this is better than a world record grind. Now, again, don't know what that would look like. It's just kind of an off the cuff thing. For those watching this on YouTube, who are going to see this later, my horrible editing and stuff like that, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about a Speedrunners World Cup, what this would look like. This is not meant to be a for sure thing. This is not meant to be a thing that's going to happen. This is simply just an off-the-cuff idea that I've had to bring out, that I just had while streaming, a completely different non-speedrun related thing, to bring out something cool for the sake of showing off competitive speedrunning as the esport that it could be. That's it. Thanks for watching on YouTube. You are loved, you are valued, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.